Transposition is a top level skill for the best students in this course. Now, if you don't get hold of this particular skill, it's not going to affect your ability to succeed in the rest of this course. But if you can do it, that's fantastic, and it will hold you in good stead if you go on to do General Maths 3 in the next year. Okay, let's have a look at how you can go about transposing something. What transposing means, it means moving the equation round so that you can make one of the other variables the subject of an equation. In here, we've been asked to make y the subject. So we want to change this around until we get y equals something. This one's not too bad, because what we have to do is just move things to the other side of the equation, and you do that by doing the same thing to each side. If I was to add 5 to this side of the equation, I've also got to add 5 to that side of the equation. And if I do add 5 to this side of the equation, at the moment it's minus 5, if I add 5, that 5 is going to disappear. So in other words, if I add 5 to both sides of the equation, this is what I'm going to get. That's good, because I'm starting to get there. Remember, I'm trying to get y equals, because that way y is the subject of the equation. Now I want to get rid of this plus 3x. The opposite of plussing 3x is taking 3x away. Take 3x away from this side and I will be left with y, but I've also got to take 3x away from the other side of the equation. So 5 take 3x, and I've done the transposition. Next one here, once again I have to make y the subject of the equation. What I might start off and do is move this number to the other side of the equation. I'll do that by adding 6 to both sides. Add 6 to this side, and I'll have 2y plus 5. Add 6 to the other side, and I'll have 6. Sorry, 2y plus 5x, I don't know, 2y plus 5x equals 6. Now I need to get rid of this 5x, and I can do that by doing the opposite of plussing 5x, which is taking away 5x. Take away 5x from both sides, from this side, and I'll just be left with 2y. And I've got to take away 5x from the other side as well, so it equals 6 take 5x. Now I don't want to have 2y, I want to have just 1y. At the moment that's 2 multiplied by y, so I want to do the opposite of multiplying, which is dividing. If I divide this side by 2, I will be left with just y, but I've also got to divide this side by 2 over here. I think I'll just write it like this, 6 minus 5x divided by 2. That's been transposed. Y is the subject of the equation. If I want y to be the subject of this equation here, I might start by moving the 2x over to the other side, and you can do that by taking it away from both sides. Half y is equal to 9 take 2x. Now I've got a half times y. Now to get rid of this half, there's a couple of ways of doing it. Probably the best is to think of that half times y as the same thing as y over 2, or y divided by 2 equals 9 minus 2x. I haven't really done anything to either side there. I've just written it in a different way so that you can see that that is equal to y divided by 2. And the opposite of dividing by 2 is timesing by 2. If I times this side of the equation by 2, I'll have y. If I times the other side by 2, remember I've got to multiply the whole side of the equation by 2, like that. Well, that's done it. It could leave my answer like that. That has transposed it, so y is the subject. Or you could multiply out these brackets if you wanted to. So you've got your final answer looking like this. Y equals 18 take 4x. Okay, let's do some down the bottom here. These are a little bit different. I want to change this around, so I've got x, the subject of the equation. I want to have x equals here. Now what I would probably do here is get rid of this f for a start. And at the moment it's vx plus f. If I took f away from both sides of the equation, I'd have c minus f equals vx. I want to get x by itself, So I want to get rid of this v. At the moment it's v times x. So I want to do the opposite of timesing by v, which is dividing by v. If I do divide this side by v, I will be left with just x, which is what I want. But I've got to divide the other side by v as well. Well, that's about it. That at the moment, that is true. X is the subject of this equation, only we normally just swap it round. So we'll put our x first, if x minus f over v in our final answer. This one here, we want t to be the subject of the equation. Now that's quite tricky, but the way that we will go about it, at the moment it's d divided by t. If I was to get this and times both sides by t, I just might write in this extra step here. If I times that by t, and also times this side by t, I think you can see that t's will cancel on this side, so that means that s times t equals d. Now that's not what we want. We want to have t equal something. So now I can try and get rid of this s here. At the moment it's s times t. So to get rid of the s, I divide both sides by s. Divide this side by s, and I'm left with just that t. Divide the other side by s, I have t equals d over s. And my final example here, I'll just move the page up a little bit. Okay, I want to get capital T as the subject of the equation. And I'll start off here. At the moment we've got s minus t all divided by little t. If I multiply both sides by little t, I'll have w times little t equals s minus big T. That's all looking pretty good now. I want to get rid of this s here. Now remember that's positive s minus t. So to get rid of this s, I'm going to take away capital S from this side, and I have w t take away s equals negative t. Now that's kind of just about got it, only I want to have positive t here. Now I can get rid of this negative side, and what we're doing actually is multiplying this side of the equation by minus 1. Minus 1 times negative t equals positive t. But I've also got to multiply this side by negative 1. So that means t is equal to the negative of all of this. You could leave your answer like that, that's pretty good. Or you can multiply everything through by minus everything inside the bracket, means this becomes minus, and here we've got minus minus s, which becomes a plus. So we'll have negative wt plus s equals t, or writing it the other way around. There you go, that was a tricky one.